All right, hello people. Today I'm just going to quickly walk you guys through how to create a vision board. Now, I talked about it a little bit with Monique in episode 100 of the Studio 78 podcast, but in this video, I'm actually going to walk you through how I put together my 2020 vision board. And know that you could do it at any time. You just don't, I know people always do theirs in December or usually do theirs in December, but you can do it at any point. This is like the 19th of January and I'm just doing mine. It's okay. Like, I don't think my year is totally over with now. So I'm going to walk you guys through it. Know that I do my vision board in my bullet journal, but you could take the same principles that I'm going to show you today and do it on a poster board, on a sheet of paper. You could do it wherever. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is when you're printing out images or cutting out things to go onto your vision board, you just have to think about the size of those things. Because if it's a poster board, that's more room that you're going to need to fill up. So you might want a larger size of whatever you're printing out. Whereas since I'm doing mine within my bullet journal, I need to make sure that whatever I print out or use is small enough that I can get all of my goals onto 2 pages in the Leuchtturm journal. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. So first things first, you need to figure out what you want to accomplish in 2020. Write it down, make a list, and once you know what you want to accomplish and what you want to include on your vision board, then it's time to do research. So for me, one of my things is to get healthy. And I want to eat healthy, but also I want to start working out. In particular, I want to start taking yoga again. So that was one of the things I looked up. Another thing was I want to become a speaker this year, like officially do 5 speaking gigs. And so I was looking up images for that. I also want to, by the end of this year, make 10K a month. So you'll see some money images, like I'm looking for like the right image to include on my vision board. In addition to that, oh, well, let me just go back. So you might ask, well, where are you finding these things, Nache? Well, right now I'm on unsplash.com. It is a royalty-free website where you can find really cool images from other people who put them out there for anybody to use. I also found several images on Google. I am right now, I'm doing a screen capture of a map. I want to move to the Navy Yard this year in DC. Right now, we're trying to sell our house because our commute is wicked. Like, it's like 2 hours each way to get to work. And so the goal is to be in DC hopefully by this year. So I'm working in order to do that. And one of the things I want to do is go to Bora Bora in the future. So not necessarily this year, but I figured I would find a picture of Bora Bora and actually just put it in there as just like a reminder of my goals. And I included these little huts with like this beautiful clear water because even if I don't get to Bora Bora this year, I'm definitely going to do a beach. And let's see, what else am I doing here? I'm going just through my photos because this is the thing. If you have a goal that is related to something that you've already done or you have pictures from your life that you can put in there, you should do that. So, for example, if you wanted to lose weight, you should find a picture of when you were that goal weight and put that on your vision board. I want to do more things with my art, like maybe become a diversity supplier and and get my art into corporations or coffee shops. So I wanted to include some images of actual art that I've put together. I also wanted to include a picture of myself with my Dreamer and Doer shirt on because I believe that you can dream and still get things done. So I'm a dreamer and doer. I mentioned speaking engagements, and Create and Cultivate is like one of my favorite gal businesses, and they do amazing, amazing stuff. And usually their speakers are behind like these beautiful kind of floral, or excuse me, in front of these beautiful floral backgrounds. So, just as inspiration, I wanted to include one of their backgrounds in my spread. And then I want to do some workshops this year. I've been talking about doing some workshops for years. So I went into my spreadsheet where I keep like a lot of like listings of websites that I consider inspirational, or business websites that I keep track of. And I found a few co-working spaces, but this co-working space in particular, called Foster in DC, had like this really cool image where I would love to have a group of women this year just talk about getting organized and accomplishing their goals, be it personal or business. So I'm going to include that. And so after you gather all your images, regardless of the different sources that you've used to create them, you now need to figure out what size to print them. I'm using Photoshop, but you can use Canva to do this if you like. You can, one, print out your pictures individually at the scale they should be. Or what I'm doing is, this is 8.5 by 11 horizontal, and I'm just putting all of my images on there because I know my images need to be almost able to fit letter size, because the Leutsch term, a full spread, is about letter size. So I might not use all of these images, but this is just allowing me to shrink them down a little bit and then figure out not necessarily the placing of them, but how large I would want each image. So I'm just shrinking everything down and just getting it ready for print. As you see, I've got like a little yoga in there. I've got a picture of an apartment I love to live at in DC. I've got a screen capture of YouTube because I want to get to 1,000 followers. I'm at 411 right now. I want to continue eating healthy. So I included a picture of me prepping my meals. And since everything didn't fit on that spread, I'm actually creating a second spread where I am just putting the maps, which I'll probably overlay with images anyway. And then also that co-working space and the picture of Bora Bora also. So you kind of see where I'm going. Like, I used images that really mean something. Like, I can actually go to that co-working space and have a workshop. I can actually visit a beach this year, and this is a place that I've been eyeing a while. I'm including maps of the Navy Yard, and I also included a map of Portland because that's just a place that I would like to visit because a lot of creatives are up there. So I just want to visit that place. But okay, so now that I have everything printed out, I gotta cut. So what do you need? After you've printed out the images the right size, cut them out. And the only thing you need is glue, or you can use like this dotted tape that makes it really easy to adhere your images to like a poster board or paper. You can even purchase poster board that is sticky already that you can place your images on. I've got some pins just in case I want to do anything. I got some washi tape. I've got some stickers. I just really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with this vision board. So I have a little bit of everything on my table just so it can inspire me, and as I start putting the images down on the piece of paper, I can figure out how I want it laid out. So, no, for my bullet journal, I put all my months at the beginning of the journal, and then I put anything that I'm tracking at the back of my journal. That's just how I do it. I find it easier to keep up with things. And so now I am just trying to figure out how I'm going to place all of the images on these 2 pages. I realized that some of the images I probably could have made just a smidgen smaller, but I'm gonna see how it works out. I could always, like, I just cut down that map of the Navy Yard. And then I'm just kind of like playing around with all the different images just to see like, how can I make this work? Now, of course, I could have made the images smaller and printed them out again. But after looking at it, I'm like, I can make this work. So I'm putting down an image of Bora Bora and then the map of the Navy Yard where I want to live, the yoga studio I just put down because that's actually a yoga studio in DC that I want to check out. Anthropology, I want a product in anthropology this year. That would be amazing. That's a stretch goal. I want to eat healthy. So you got the food in there, you got my art in there, I got the Studio 78 podcast in there because I want to continue to build an audience for that and grow my numbers. I also have the co-working or event space that I want to actually have some workshops at. I have that cool create and cultivate background with the chairs just to remind me that I want to do some cool speaking engagements this year. I want to sell some more of my life cleanse journals, and I have some mosaic tile. I'm actually about to start a class soon to do more of that, and I really want to get my art into some corporations and some coffee shops. I mentioned that I want to, by the end of the year, consistently make an extra 10K a month with my side hustles on top of my salary. I want to do some more classes and I really want to do Skillshare this year. I've been saying I'm going to do it, I haven't done it. And you'll also see a little YouTube screenshot in there. I need to get to 1,000 followers in order to start making revenue from affiliate marketing. I have the right amount of like minutes listened to, but I need to get to 1,000 followers, and I'm only at 411. So I'm hoping to get that number up just to get some income. And just because since I'm putting this in my bullet journal, I want to remember why I put these images there. So, of course, this year I'll remember, but if I look back on this 10 years later, I want to remember what these images meant to me in 2020. So, I just kind of wrote on there like what each image meant, health, travel, workshop. I want to make stuff, sell stuff, whatever it means, speaking, products, I have on top of anthropology, 10K per month on top of the money one, where I want to move to, I put move, workout on top of the yoga image. And then I put just, you've got this like on top of my image because I'm like, I've got this, I've got this. So really, really excited about this spread. I just decided to put that sticker there. But I realize now that it is covering up the anthropology. And then I had Vision Board 2020 there. I really didn't like that. And so I'm just going to cover it up with some tape. So this kind of shows you like, it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's looking at this but me. Of course, I'm sharing this with you. But besides that, no one is looking at this but me. I'm going to look at this every month to remind me of what my goals are and find out really, look within like, hey, have I been doing what I need to do every month in order to accomplish all the things? So definitely, figure out what you want to include on your vision board. Yours might look a little different. I like my images overlapping. Your images might be spread out. You might have more quotes because if quotes really inspire you, maybe you'll have several quotes. Maybe you don't have as many things as I do that you want to accomplish this year, maybe just 3 major things. And so maybe you'll just have a 1 or 2 images per goal that you have for 2020 that you want to include on your board. No board is alike and it shouldn't be alike. You should create it in order to inspire you. Just make sure that you put it somewhere that you're going to see it all the time. I am constantly using my bullet journal, so this will be a constant reminder to me, and I will use this at the end of the year too to do a pulse check to find out what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish. So I'm really excited about how this spread turned out. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to go, but that's how most of my spreads are. I just kind of like go with it in a moment. But all of these images mean something to me. And I think that's what I really, really want you to take away the most is make sure the images mean something, that they're, as my last guest said, just not these random cut images out of a magazine that you can't relate to. Make sure they relate to you. Anywho, I hope this is helpful. And if it was, please comment. And if you're seeing a clip of this on Instagram, please tag me in your vision board photos. I hope you found this useful. Take care.